Hey everyone, my name is Alshaw94. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the start of a new WWE series on this channel. Now this new series is called One More Run. This is where I take superstars that once appeared in WWE full time and I put them through a universe on simulated matches to find out what would happen if they had one more full-time WWE run for a year. This takes us from May until the WrestleMania in April. So for the inaugural episode of this new series, who better than to pick an inaugural champion of the NXT Women's Championship. That is right, for this episode we are going to be taking Paige through one more run in the WWE to see what would happen. Is she going to win any more championships? Is she going to be a tag team champion? Who knows? That's all down to the universe to decide. Obviously, Paige was a main player in the women's division. Ended up being, as I said, the inaugural NXT Women's Champion. She was a one-time champion. She also then became a two-time Divas Champion, beating AJ Lee on both occasions. She beat AJ Lee once on her debut on Monday Night Raw, and actually held the NXT Women's Championship and the Divas Championship at the same time. And then she also beat AJ Lee a second time, the 2014 edition of SummerSlam. So obviously we want to see if we can get her to be a women's champion. And then maybe, do we see if we can get her to be a Grand Slam? Let's find out. Now at the moment, Paige is 84 overall, has allies with the Kabuki Warriors. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the allies. And that is because, at the moment, that's fine. We just want to do it for this universe save slot. Now the reason for this series' its inception is because I watched Chris Denker do the exact same thing on his channel, which I'll put either a card at the top right corner to his videos, or I'll put a link in the description down below to his channel. I kind of saw him do the Chris Danger episode, as well as doing John Cena in the Attitude Era. Both great episodes, so go check that out if you haven't already done so. What we're going to do is we're going to put Paige onto SmackDown Live. Now the main reason for that is because Paige was the general manager of SmackDown Live. We're going to basically do it in the same kind of way that Daniel Bryan was brought back. So we're going to put Paige as a participant in the SmackDown roster. What we'll also do is we'll just edit the rankings. No, we'll edit the divisions. We are going to place Paige at the bottom of this division. So our goal is to get Paige to be the champion of the SmackDown Women's title. What we could then see is, depending on how quickly she gets to that, if she does get to that, either she could be a multi-time SmackDown Women's champion, or we could do like a draft kind of scenario where we move Paige over to Raw, see if she can get the Raw Women's title, and then maybe finish up as a tag team champion, maybe with Asuka, maybe with something a little bit different, but nonetheless, let's get cracking with this episode, and we are going to kick things off on Monday Night Raw. So I think these cards have all got 7 matches, or 9 matches or so. So let's see what's on this card. We've got Shayna Baszler versus Peyton Royce with Billie Kay in our corner, Alexa Bliss versus Mandy Rose, and in both of their corners we've got Nikki Cross and Sonya Deville. A triple threat match between Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman and Tucker. Randy Orton versus Drew Gulak. Asuka versus Nia Jax. And for whatever reason, Kairi Sane and Paige are appearing. Why? Why are you appearing on Raw? That makes no sense. We have Drew McIntyre versus The Miz with Maurice and Miz's corner. AJ Styles versus Ricochet. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. We have a tag team match as the main event with the Hurt Business comprising of Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, and Grant Metalik and Lince Dorado. So let's simulate this and see what happens. So Shayna Baszler has beaten Peyton Royce, Alexa Bliss beat Mandy Rose, Braun Strowman beat Bray Wyatt and Tucker, Drew Gulak beat Randy Orton, that's a bit of an upset. Asuka beat Nia Jax, Drew McIntyre beat The Miz, AJ Styles beat Ricochet, Charlotte beat Becky, and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin beat Grant Metalik and Lince Dorado. So that was all of Raw. It's now time to find out if Paige, having made her debut or appearing on Raw, does she appear on this card? Yes, she does. 4th match in. Okay, let's simulate. Let's see what happens. So, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, beat Chad Gable and Otis. Carmella beat Natalya in a triple threat match with Tamina. Paige lost to Bianca Belair. So clearly in her debut match back in the WWE, she's clearly a little bit rusty, but that's okay. Her time may still come. We have Apollo Crews beat Aleister Black. Sonya Deville beat Bayley. Kevin Owens and, in a mixed gender tag, Kevin Owens and Billie Kay beat Big E and Sasha Banks. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. And Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan. Okay, so let's move on then to Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch is the main attraction there. So we have The New Day versus Kurt Hawkins and R-Truth. We have Elias and Jackson Ryker versus Eric and Sheamus. We have the Hurt Business again going up against Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. We have Rey Mysterio, Titus O'Neil, The Miz and Bobby Lashley going at it in a fatal 4-way match. Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee. That's already happened. That's pretty cool. Alexa Bliss versus Peyton Royce. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. And then The Fiend comes out and faces off against Ricochet. And then we have Asuka versus Becky Lynch. I don't know why Paige is still appearing on Raw. I'm pretty sure she's not actually supposed to be on Raw. But for whatever reason, you know what? She's clearly on like the John Cena kind of thing where she's going to appear everywhere that she wants to. So The New Day is beating Kurt Hawkins and R-Truth. Eric and Sheamus beat Elias and Jackson Ryker. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin beat Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. Titus O'Neil beat The Miz in that fatal 4-way match. Keith Lee lost to Drew McIntyre. Alexa Bliss lost to Peyton Royce. Braun Strowman beat Bray Wyatt, but The Fiend beat Ricochet. Then we have Asuka beating Becky Lynch. Okay, so let's move on to SmackDown Live now. Let's see if we can get Paige her first win back in SmackDown Live. So we have to start the show off, we have a show opener call out from Big E. Then we have Sasha Banks going up against Ruby Riott. Billie Kay going up against Bianca Belair. Bayley going up against Tamina. Carmella, Paige and Sonya Deville in a triple threat match. So is there going to be an alliance between former Absolution member Sonya Deville and Paige, because Paige was the stable manager of Absolution? So how does that happen? Big E called out Aleister Black and the boys, the New Day boys, came back in him. Big E beat Aleister Black in that promo battle. Sasha Banks asserting her authority as the SmackDown Live Women's Champion, beating Ruby Riott. Bianca Belair on a bit of a hot streak at the moment, beating Billie Kay. Tamina beat Bayley. Paige got pinned by Carmella. So again, she's been the one that's been pinned in the last 2 matches that she's been back. That's okay though. She could still come out fighting later on in the year. Dolph Ziggler and Natalya beat Seth Rollins and Liv Morgan. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan. And Otis and Chad Gable beat Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I don't know why they've swapped. That's a thing in this game. Just why? So let's move on now to the Monday Night Raw. We are on the go-home show for Raw before Money in the Bank. So maybe Paige's time will come at Money in the Bank. Let's see what tonight's show holds. We have Drew McIntyre versus The Miz in the show opener. We have Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin going up against Elias and Jackson Ryker. Rey Mysterio versus Lince Dorado. Titus O'Neil, AJ Styles and Ricochet in a triple threat match. Gran Metalik and Nia Jax against Bobby Lashley and Asuka. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. The New Day against Drew Gulak and Jeff Hardy, with Matt Hardy in his corner. I don't know why Matt Hardy's in Raw. He's not there anymore, but that's the thing with this game. Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. And then for your main event, we have Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose, with Sonya Deville in Nikki Cross's corner. Okay. Let's simulate the matches. We have Drew McIntyre versus The Miz, and Drew McIntyre won. Elias and Jackson Ryker beat The Hurt Business. Mysterio beat Lince Dorado in a lucha battle, I'm going to call that. AJ Styles pinned Ricochet and won that triple threat match. Gran Metalik and Nia Jax lost to Bobby Lashley and Asuka. Braun Strowman beat Bray Wyatt again. Kofi and Xavier from the New Day with Big E in their corner. Again, Big E should not be on Raw. Kofi and Xavier from the New Day beat Drew and Jeff Hardy. I don't know why Big E is on Raw. He should be on SmackDown, but we'll gloss over that. Becky Lynch lost to Lacey Evans. Nikki Cross lost to Mandy Rose. What? Oh! So if I look at the news, did Alexa Bliss come out at the end then maybe? Let me just go to the news show. We'll have a look at the news because we haven't done that as yet. So let's find out what happened. Big E entered the ring and called out the number one contender. Okay, so that was the call out that he did. Shinsuke and Cesaro assaulted Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, reigniting the flames of the old aggressive rivalry between the two teams. Okay, so in this card we have Charlotte Flair going up against Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair's been on a real hot streak as of late. We've got the Dirty Dogs going up against Otis and Chad Gable. Sonya Deville going up against Billie Kay with fellow Iconic member, well, I guess they're not anymore, they're not together anymore, but Peyton Royce is in Billie Kay's corner, and Mandy Rose is in Sonya's. Don't know how that's happened, but sure. Paige is going against Ruby Riott in a rivalry match. Bayley is going up against Carmella. Seth Rollins and Liv Morgan are going to go up against Sami Zayn and Asuka. We then have another call out from Big E in the middle card promo. We then have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso going up against Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan. And then Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro are going against the Street Profits, consisting of Angelo Dawkins and Montez. Okay, so it's now time to simulate, and Charlotte Flair has beaten Bianca Belair. Her hot streak has now finished. Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode beat Otis and Chad Gable. Sonya beat Billie Kay. Paige finally getting the win in her third match back against Ruby Riott in that rivalry matchup. Bayley has beaten Carmella. Seth Rollins and Liv Morgan beat Sami Zayn and Asuka. Big E lost to Aleister Black, even with the New Day. Actually, no. Hang on a sec. Big E called out Aleister Black, but Aleister Black beat Big E in the promo. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan. And Shinsuke and Cesaro beat the Street Profits in that rivalry matchup. Oh wait, Sasha Banks rushed down her opponent with a furious attack, delivering payback after what she's been put through. So, I think that might be why Paige won the match. Sasha Banks came down and assisted. But, you know what? A win is a win. And especially when that was the go-home show to SmackDown. This is now the first pay-per-view of the calendar year. Money in the Bank. Rey Mysterio there on the main event attraction. Let's find out. Is Paige going to appear at any point in this pay-per-view? Alexa Bliss is going to go one-on-one against Nikki Cross. Lacey Evans is going to go against Naomi. Charlotte Flair against Dana Brooke. Then we have an 8-man ladder match between Braun, Akira Tozawa, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Bray Wyatt, Cedric Alexander, Humberto Carrillo, and Titus O'Neil. Have Bobby Lashley going against Drew McIntyre. Becky Lynch against Asuka for the championship. But Paige is in Asuka's corner. It's not what we really want, but there we are. Then we have a second 8-man ladder match. Let me just double check that... Oh, wait a second. Right, hang on a minute. Right. That might now change things. I think I'm going to have to go through. There's no pay-per-view in June. Really? Okay. Let me just go back through. I'll quickly just put these on SmackDown Live as well. Go back over it. The card's been reshuffled. Alexa Bliss is going against Nikki Cross. Lacey Evans against Naomi. Charlotte Flair against Dana Brooke. The 8-man ladder match still stands. Bobby Lashley goes up against Drew McIntyre. Becky Lynch goes up against Asuka in a championship match for the Raw Women's Championship. Another 8-man ladder match, for whatever reason, between Rey, AJ, Andrade, Sami Zayn, The Miz, Ricochet, Samoa Joe, and Lince Dorado. We have Aleister Black going against Big E for the Intercontinental title with the New Day in his corner. We have Cesaro and Shinsuke going against Chad Gable and Otis. Billie Kay is vying for that SmackDown Women's Championship against Sasha Banks. Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford from the Street Profits are challenging the champions, the Dirty Dogs. Seth Rollins is going against Roman Reigns in a Universal title match. What a card that is. Sadly, Paige is not going to feature on it this time round. Let's see what happens. So Nikki Cross beat Alexa Bliss. Naomi beat Lacey Evans. Dana Brooke beat Charlotte Flair. Titus O'Neil beat everyone in that 8-man ladder match. Drew beat Bobby Lashley. Asuka beat Becky Lynch, and I think she retains the Raw Women's title. Samoa Joe won the second 8-man ladder match. We have Aleister Black is your new Intercontinental Champion, who beat Big E. Cesaro and Shinsuke beat Chad Gable and Otis. Sasha Banks retains the SmackDown Live Women's Championship against Billie Kay. The Dirty Dogs retain against the Street Profits. And Roman Reigns retains against Seth Rollins. That's a pretty good show. It's a pretty good show. So that the confirmation here that Aleister Black is your new Intercontinental Champion. Titus O'Neil has won a Money in the Bank match. And Nikki Cross defeated Alexa Bliss in their big match. That rivalry now might have now finished. Can Paige win her second match in a row on this card? We have Asuka against Charlotte Flair. Sonya versus Tamina. Apollo versus Buddy. Aleister Black versus Big E in that rivalry matchup. Remember, Aleister Black is the new Intercontinental Champion. Roman Reigns and Carmella are going up against Dolph and Natalya in a mixed gender tag match. We have Bayley and Paige tagging up against Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks. That's going to be an interesting match, I think. Kevin Owens is going up against Daniel Bryan. Seth Rollins against Rey Mysterio. And the Street Profits are going back against Shinsuke and Cesaro. Let's simulate the match and see what happens. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. Sonya beat Tamina. Apollo beat Buddy Murphy. Big E beat Aleister Black. Interesting there. So maybe there we could be seeing Big E coming back to beat Aleister Black in the very near future. Roman Reigns and Carmella beat Dolph Ziggler and Natalya. Bayley and Sasha Banks beat Ruby Riott. Wait, what? Oh, wait. No. It became a handicap tag. Ruby Riott abandoned Sasha, I think. So Bayley, I don't. Let me just. What happened there? The animosity between enemies is on the verge of boiling over. Oh, so Sasha left her alone in the ring. So Sasha Banks actually walked away. Okay, that's fine. So Bayley and Paige ended up winning that match. Daniel Bryan beat Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins beat Rey Mysterio. And the Street Profits lost to Shinsuke and Cesaro. Let's go on to the next show then. Find out if Paige actually appears in this card. She does again, as she's appearing now in a mixed gender tag match against Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan. So let's simulate this card. So Kevin Owens beat Daniel Bryan. Sasha Banks beat Ruby Riott in that rivalry matchup. Carmella beat Natalya. Chad Gable and Paige lost to Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan. Billie Kay beat Sonya Deville. Big E beat Apollo Crews. Bayley beat Charlotte Flair. Rey Mysterio beat Seth Rollins. And Angelo Dawkins beat Robert Roode in that rivalry matchup. Actually, while we're here, let's look at the power rankings real quick, if we can. Where does Paige... Okay, so Paige is 27th at the moment. Right? And where does she appear in... Can I actually see that? Probably can't, can I? So she's been back in the business. So she's been back in the company for about a month now, and so far she's not really contesting. She's being put back into a mixed gender tag match, interestingly, but if this helps her out with her power ranking, then that's okay. That's what I'm here for that. So Ray beat Jey Uso, Carmella beat Sasha Banks, Aleister Black beat Sami Zayn, Billie Kay beat Bayley, Kevin Owens beat Buddy Murphy, Roman and Paige beat Dolph and Liv, Asuka beat Charlotte Flair, Seth Rollins beat Daniel Bryan, and Shinsuke Nakamura beat Angelo Dawkins. Okay, SmackDown Live and this next one, what happens then? Simulate again. Charlotte Flair beat Bayley, Billie Kay beat Sasha, Liv Morgan beat Carmella, Paige back at it again with another win against Tamina, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode beat Chad Gable and Otis, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Big E and Aleister Black. Interesting pairing there. The two enemies going with each other to be tagged. And again, we're not the best team that we saw there. Daniel Bryan beat Rey Mysterio. Seth Rollins beat Kevin Owens. And Shinsuke Cesaro beat Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. The SmackDown Live, the last SmackDown in June. Where is Paige on the card? She is on the card against Billie Kay. Interesting matchup there. We have Charlotte Flair beating Asuka. Otis and Chad Gable beat the Dirty Dogs. Ruby Riott beat Tamina. Paige with another victory against Billie Kay. Bayley beating Liv Morgan. Aleister Black beating Baron Corbin there. Rey Mysterio beat Kevin Owens. Roman and Jay beat Daniel and Seth. And then we have Angelo Dawkins beating Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't think Paige is in any form of rivalry at the moment. That's actually fine. Has she gone up a few rankings? She is! 20th! She was 27th a few weeks ago. So she's really climbing up that ladder. Which is what we want to see. We want to see her. I really do hope that she gets that SmackDown Live Women's Championship. So let's move on now to the next SmackDown. This time though, we are going to simulate before... that this is about a week or so away from Extreme Rules being the next pay-per-view. And is Paige here? She is, against Natalya this time. So, Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. The Dirty Dogs again beat Chad Gable and Otis. Bayley beat Liv Morgan. Sasha beat Ruby Riott. Paige lost to Natalya there, unfortunately. Aleister Black beat Big E. Rey Mysterio beat Kevin Owens. Seth and Daniel beat Roman and Jey Uso. And then the Street Profits beat Shinsuke and Cesaro. Okay, the Go Home SmackDown Live then. Is Paige on the card? She is against Natalya again. There could be a rivalry brewing up there. There we go. So Roman clearly has some strong words for Jey as they beat Rey Mysterio and Daniel Bryan. Billie Kay lost to Carmella. Oh, what happened there? Did that not actually go ahead then? I'll have a look at that in a sec. Bayley beat Tamina. Paige beat Natalya. There we go. Back at it again, Paige. Good job. Again. That didn't happen. Apparently, for whatever reason, one of them must have come out and beat the shit out of another one. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins. And Shinsuke Nakamura beat Angelo Dawkins. So what happened there? Big E attacked Aleister Black from behind before the match could start. And then Ruby Riott came down to ringside before our rivals match with wicked intent, entering the ring and attacking Sasha Banks to end the match in a disqualification. Oh damn. So here we go then. Extreme Rules. Is Paige on the card? She's back. Oh, why are you still with the Kabuki Warriors, man? Right. Hang on a minute. I'll come back. I will fix this after this. But no. Let's simulate the matchup for this. And I will figure out how to get Paige away from the Kabuki Warriors. So Becky Lynch beat Lacey Evans. Aleister Black retains that Intercontinental Championship against Big E. Sasha beat Ruby Riott. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander beat Elias and Jackson Riker. Nikki Cross beat Alexa Bliss. Shinsuke and Cesaro beat the Street Profits. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. Seth Rollins beat Rey Mysterio. Braun Strowman beating Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the main event. We need to see Paige with these wins. Gotta see Paige with these wins. There we go. Okay, so something like this matchup. So Kalisto... Wait, what? So Big E just comes down. I think must attack Aleister Black at the end of it. Sasha lost to Billie Kay. Carmella beat Liv Morgan. Asuka beat Bianca Belair. Paige has beaten Tamina. Getting there, Paige. Bayley's beaten Natalya. Rey Mysterio beat Kevin Owens. Roman and Jay beat Seth and Daniel Bryan. And Shinsuke beat Montez Ford. Power rankings time. Where is... Paige is 11th. She's 11th. She's nearly top 10. Again, let's go down to SmackDown Live. Is Paige on... She's in the opening match. Having Paige disowning the Kabuki Warriors. They're now in the first matchup. They're now in a rivalry matchup. Very interesting. Okay. Does Paige beat Asuka? She does. Paige has beaten Asuka in their first rivalry match. We have Chad Gable and Billie Kay beating Robert Roode and Natalya. Carmella beat Liv Morgan. Bayley beat Sonya Deville. Ruby won. Aleister Black won. Kevin Owens won. Seth Rollins won. And then Shinsuke and Cesaro beat Angela Dawkins and Montez Ford. She's not appearing on the main event, but she is now facing against Bianca Belair. So Aleister Black beat Big E. Paige has beaten Bianca Belair. Now that's going to mean surely her ranking is going to go sky high now. She must be top 10 now, right? Sasha beat Ruby Riott. Baron Corbin beat Sami Zayn. Shinsuke won with Bayley. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. Kevin Owens beat Rey Mysterio. Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And then Carmella beat Billie Kay in a show closer promo. Let's have a look at those power rankings once again, just to see where we are with things. Paige is now 6th. She's 6th. So she's definitely going to be a contender now for the championship, right? Surely. Simulate this card. Shinsuke won. Sasha beat Natalya. Paige has beaten Tamina again. Ruby Riott beaten Bayley. Kalisto has beaten Aleister Black. Sami Zayn beat Baron Corbin. Asuka beat Bianca Belair. Roman and Jay beat Rey and Seth. Carmella beat Billie Kay. Go home SmackDown Live. The SmackDown Live before SummerSlam. Well, actually, I should probably check that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So, yes. Yes. Okay, so Paige is up against Natalya again. Simulate the matchups. So Asuka beat Charlotte Flair in a triple threat match with Bianca Belair involved. Sasha beat Ruby Riott. Bayley beat Liv Morgan. Kalisto lost to Baron Corbin. Paige loses to Natalya. Sami Zayn wins against Big E. Cesaro and Shinsuke won. Rey and Kevin Owens won. And Billie Kay beat Tamina. SummerSlam has now rolled around. The first major pay-per-view in this calendar year. And Paige, hopefully, is going to be contesting for a championship, maybe? Maybe? She's not even on the card! I'm shocked. I am shocked. Because her power ranking... Oh, she's dropped down to 10th now. So... Daniel won. That match didn't happen. Sami beat Kalisto. Big E beat Aleister Black and is once again the Intercontinental Champion. Baron Corbin beat Buddy Murphy. Drew McIntyre beat Razor. Alexa Bliss beat Nikki Cross. Bray Wyatt lost to Braun Strowman. Kevin Owens lost to Rey Mysterio. Bobby Lashley beat AJ. I think is still the US Champion. Asuka retains against Becky Lynch. Roman beat Seth again. And Sasha beat both Bayley and Carmella and retains her championship. Right, so let's have a look. Let's see. Does Paige actually appear? She does. She loses to Tamina. She's now losing that momentum that she picked up. Sonya beat Bayley, Buddy, and Baron Corbin. Dolph and Robert. Yeah, okay. So Billie Kay lost to Carmella in the main event. Man, Paige, come on. Maybe she's just playing the long game on this brand. There we go. Come on. So Aleister Black beat Big E. When will this rivalry finish? Paige beat Liv Morgan. Buddy Murphy beat Apollo Crews. Bayley beat Bianca Belair. Sasha Banks beat Natalya. Sonya Deville beat Charlotte Flair. Rey Mysterio beat Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan. And then Carmella beat Tamina. That's cool. That's cool. Let's just go down to the next SmackDown. Still not on a Paige being in that main event match. Oh, she is! She is in the main event match. Right, come on, Paige. Okay, what happened there then? Aleister Black and Kalisto didn't happen. Big E's there though. I'm assuming Big E must have come out and rushed. Bayley beat Tamina. Cesaro and Sonya Deville beat Angelo Dawkins and Natalya. Buddy Murphy beat Lars Sullivan. Liv Morgan beat Asuka. That's a huge win. Sasha Banks beat Ruby Riott. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso again teaming up to defeat Rey Mysterio and Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn beat Seth Rollins. Paige beats Billie Kay in that rivalry matchup. Billie Kay tried walking out of a match, attempting to take another shortcut to keep herself in top shape for matches with more important opportunities. What's that meant to mean? Right, okay. So Billie Kay tried leaving the match. Paige was whooping her ass so much that she tried to leave, and then she's like, nope, get back in there. Paige wins that matchup as we go into Hell in a Cell. Is Paige in the card to start with? She's still not in the card. Big E beats Aleister Black. Sasha Banks beats Ruby Riott. Shayna Baszler beats Lana. Rusev, why are you here? Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander retains against Elias Jackson Riker. Billie Kay and Carmella. Billie Kay wins. Charlotte Flair wins. Braun Strowman beats Bray Wyatt. AJ Styles beats Bobby Lashley and becomes the US champion. And then Jey Uso beats Roman Reigns and is your new Universal Champion. That is a huge win for Jey. We go from Hell in a Cell to SmackDown Live. Where is Paige? I swear Paige is just appearing on this brand and doesn't appear anywhere in the pay-per-views. Where is she in the pay-per-views, man? Daniel beats Ray. Natalya beats Asuka. Bianca Belair beats Carmella. Shinsuke and Cesaro beats Robert and Dolph Ziggler. Bayley and Liv Morgan. Paige beats Billie Kay again. Seth beats Kevin Owens. Big E calls out Aleister Black and demolishes him on the Showcase promo. So Tamina and Sonya beat Sasha and Ruby Riott. Going on to the next SmackDown Live. We are now in the final week in September before the next month where we see the Super Showdown. And Paige is still there in a rivalry matchup with Natalya now. So Charlotte beats Sonya Deville. Asuka beats Bianca Belair. Carmella beats Tamina. The Street Profits beat Shinsuke and Cesaro. Bayley beats Liv Morgan. Paige beats Natalya in their rivalry matchup there. Roman and Jey beat Dolph and Robert. Big E beats Aleister Black in a championship match. And Sasha Banks loses to Ruby Riott. Oh, the animosity between Paige and Billie Kay has blown out of control. The two superstars won't rest until they settle their rivalry. Now, hopefully, because Billie Kay did go for that SmackDown Women's Championship, maybe that opens the door for Paige to finally get in there and get into that championship picture. So this is now the SmackDown before Super Showdown. Paige finally appearing as the main attraction for this event. So Big E calls out Aleister Black. These guys will not stop, will they? They literally will not stop. Dolph and Robert beat the Street Profits. Carmella and Liv beat Ruby and Sasha. Bayley beats Bianca. Otis and Chad beats Shinsuke and Cesaro. Kevin beats Ray. Asuka beats Charlotte Flair. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns beats Seth and Daniel Bryan. When will that thing kind of come to an end? And Paige beats Billie Kay. Paige comes out, I think, must have come out in a call out and demolishes Billie Kay there. So Super Showdown, October pay-per-view. Paige does appear, but not in the title picture. That's okay. So Drew beats Braun Strowman and is WWE champion. Paige loses to Billie Kay. That's a bit of a shame. Sasha beats Ruby Riott. That match didn't happen apparently. It's meant to be a tag match and that just didn't happen. Charlotte beats Asuka. Kevin beats Ray. Big E beats Sami Zayn and is still the Intercontinental Champion. Seth beats Daniel Bryan. Jey Uso retains against Roman Reigns. And AJ beats The Miz to retain his United States title. And again, look at that. Paige appears in that main event picture. And Paige wins. Paige beats Bianca in that main event matchup. So that is great news for her, especially in a main event matchup. So that must mean now that she's high in the rankings. So she's dropped down to 8th. But that's actually fine. That's actually pretty good, I think. Move on to the next SmackDown Live, where hopefully Paige appears again. She does again in that main event slot. Interesting matchup though. So Billie Kay is teaming up with Paige against Carmella and Sasha Banks. And Billie Kay abandons Paige, but they still win. Paige wins that 1-on-2 handicap matchup. So clearly there is really bad blood between the two of them. Let's move on now to that next SmackDown Live. Let's simulate this card. Angelo beats Shinsuke. Robert and Dolph beats Chad and Otis. Ruby beats Carmella. Sonya beats Sasha. Tamina beats Bayley. Big E beats Britt Murphy. He's on a great Intercontinental Championship run. Asuka beats Liv Morgan. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns beats Kevin and Daniel Bryan. Paige wasn't even on the card. Okay, so looking at the news from that matchup, it appears that Paige got even from last week's show, and Billie Kay essentially got given a taste of her own medicine. So this could be good news for Paige because she definitely needs a title shot before she leaves the business. There she is once again there. Paige is on the main attraction. So let's simulate it. So Jey Uso and Roman Reigns win. Lars Sullivan and Big E win. Let's just skip over to Paige's match. Anything happen apart from like the title matches? Don't think anything like that's happened. Paige beat Tamina, which is great news again. So surely now this must mean Paige is up there now, right? What? Why is she down to 15th? Man, this makes no sense whatsoever. Absolute no sense. Do you know what? We may have to get ourselves involved in this. If this simulation isn't going to do what we want it to do, do we get involved? Ooh, main event, baby. Paige versus Billie Kay. And Paige loses to Billie Kay. Ah, come on. Come on. Right, go home show. We'll have a look at the news as well, because the news can be important to see what... Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button. No. Right. Okay, so... Simulate, and... It didn't happen. Did it not happen? News? Billie Kay attacked Paige from behind before the match could start. The referee's orders to stop. Fighting continued after the match had been called off. The animosity between the superstars may not even end after their big match. So they are due to go one-on-one at Survivor Series, which is the November pay-per-view. Now, Paige has not got that many chances now to try and go for a title. I thought that by putting her at the bottom of the division, she'd work her way up by now. So I'm getting a little bit worried that she is where she is. Where is she? She's 13th overall. Okay. Is Paige in any kind of picture? Okay, she is there. 5th match in. She is there. Okay, simulate. So, Survivor Series. Shinsuke and Cesaro beat the Street Profits. Ooh! Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik beat Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin to become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Carmella beat Ruby Riott. Sasha Banks won in the elimination tag match for her team. Paige beat Billie Kay. That's what we're talking about. Alright. Shayna Baszler beat Alexa Bliss. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. And I think is still the Raw Women's Champion. AJ Styles retains against The Miz. And in the 8-man elimination tag match, Jey Uso was victorious for his team and was the sole survivor. Let's have a look at the news. AJ Styles defending his United States Championship. Asuka went to war with Charlotte but defended the Raw Women's Championship. Paige defeated Billie Kay in their big match. The crowd cheered her on throughout, and after the match, her perseverance winning them over. Excellent. And yep, they've won the Raw Tag Team Championships. So okay, she's 3rd match in against Bayley. Now this could be a new feud potentially, but let's simulate it. So Big E beat Kalisto, both having their backups. Sasha Banks lost to Sonya Deville. I don't know why Mandy Rose is in Sonya Deville's court. I guess I didn't change that. Ruby Riott and Carmella had a bit of a promo going on, and Ruby Riott won in that scenario. Paige lost to Bayley. Charlotte Flair beat Natalya. Bianca Belair beat Asuka. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns beat Rey Mysterio and Daniel Bryan. Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins. And Shinsuke and Cesaro beat the Street Profits. She is doing a call-out promo, though. Now, who is she calling out? I kind of don't want to interfere with this because, you know, I want to see what would happen. Hopefully, let's just check championships. If Paige calls out Sasha Banks, this is huge. So Daniel Bryan and Rey Mysterio beat Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Why have you called her out again? Oh, and you lost. Paige. Ruby Riott beat Tamina. Bayley beat Natalya. Big E beat Apollo Crews. Shinsuke and Cesaro beat the Street Profits. Kevin Owens beat Seth Rollins. Charlotte Flair beat Asuka. Sonya Deville beat Sasha Banks. That's a big win. In a promo at least. She beats her in a promo. Where's Paige? Oh, you're 18th. Paige. She's not main eventing. She's at the middle of the card. Why are you still going after Billie Kay? I mean, you beat her, to be fair, so that's good. Now, rest of the card. I'm going to have to maybe change the division of the tag championships. Because, frankly, my God, did we get the same match over and over again? The Carmella and Tamina match didn't happen. Paige beat Billie Kay, obviously. Bayley beat Natalya. Big E beat Buddy Murphy in a rivalry match. Charlotte Flair beat Bianca Belair. Jey and Roman beat Kevin and Seth. Liv won in their match. And then we go round again. So, and still no sign of Paige actually going for that championship, which I'm kind of half worried about. Sasha Banks has had probably the best. She's been champion for 209 days. 209 days. She's had the best run she's ever had under this universe. No one has beaten her in the entire year. I'm assuming then that Paige is going to be somewhere in the card, but not. She's not even in the card. She's not even in the card. Oh, damn. Alright, let's skip forward then. We'll read up on the news about what happened during that pay-per-view. So Asuka went to war with her enemy and defended the Raw Women's title. Roman Reigns has won back his Universal Championship. Sami Zayn has won the Intercontinental Championship. Sasha Banks defending the SmackDown Women's Championship once again. Her reign is looking unbelievable. The Miz has just got hold of his US title in that last pay-per-view. Please say Paige is in here. Okay, she is. She's fourth match in. So Big E beat Aleister Black. How is that rivalry still going? I don't even know. Otis and Chad Gable beat Dolph and Robert. Carmella beat Ruby. Paige beat Natalya. I don't know where you're going with this, Paige. I really don't. Because you should be in the title rankings now, yeah? You should be up there. What do I need to do to get Paige up there? Let's see where she is. So she's 7th in the rankings. She's got a long way to climb. She beat Billie Kay, for Christ's sake. Why is she not higher up than that? And once again, Paige beating Billie Kay. But this should not be a thing. Please stop this. Big E beat Aleister Black. Otis and Chad Gable beat Montez and Angelo Dawkins. I don't know again why they've swapped. No idea. Natalya beat Liv Morgan. Obviously Paige beat... Yeah, Asuka beat Bianca Belair. Okay, and Sasha Banks beat Sonya Deville. Her title reign is unfreaking believable. Oh, do you know, I am so done with this Paige and Billie Kay shit. Honestly, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. We're approaching Royal Rumble season, and there's still no sign of Paige coming in here and challenging for a title. Okay, she's now against Ruby Riott. So, Ray beat Kevin, Buddy beat Sammy, Carmella beat Liv, Otis and Chad beat Dolph and Robert, Paige beat Ruby. A big victory there to get her into that title picture at WrestleMania. Shinsuke and Billie Kay beat Angelo Dawkins and Bayley. Big E beat Aleister Black, but had backup from the New Day. Baron and Daniel beat Roman and Jay. And Sasha still on her winning streak against Sonya Deville. Second, and you're still fighting Billie. Why are you still fighting Billie Kay? Baron beat Sammy. Paige beat Billie. Surely you must now be getting up in the power rankings now, right? Carmella beat Liv. Bianca Belair beat Asuka. Otis beat Shinsuke. Charlotte beat Natalya. Seth beat Kevin. Big E beat Aleister Black. And Sasha beat Sonya Deville once again. We are now going into the Go Home show for SmackDown Live. Charlotte and Billie Kay is a matchup. Okay, Sammy and Kalisto. Natalya, Liv. Where's Paige? There she is in a mixed gender tag match. There seems to be a lot of these in this game. Let's go for it. So Charlotte beat Billie. Sammy beat Kalisto. Natalya beat Liv. Otis and Chad beat Dolph and Robert. Bayley beat Tamina. Daniel beat Kevin. Roman and Paige beat Angelo and Asuka. Aleister Black and Big E were a tag team for some reason, and they beat Cesaro and Shinsuke. And then the Sasha Carmella match didn't go ahead. I think that must mean then that Sonya must have interfered. Yeah, so Sonya interfered in that matchup. Right, Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble matchup. We have got Ricochet and Braun Strowman, a fatal four-way between Kurt, Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Sasha Banks goes up against Sonya Deville in a championship match. I want to see that matchup. Dolph and Robert beat Otis and Chad. Bray Wyatt comes out of hiding. But I guess that's on Raw, isn't he, against Ray. Men's Royal Rumble match is the mid-card. Kofi and Xavier versus, Big E. And then the Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, Ricochet beat Braun. Sheamus won the fatal four-way, pinning Drew McIntyre. Sasha Banks wins against Sonya Deville. Dolph and Robert beat Otis and Chad, not for the titles. Ray beat Bray. Don't know who's won the Men's Royal Rumble. Kofi and Xavier beat Jackson and Riker. Big E beat Aleister Black. Seth beat Kevin. Now, I would like to think very much that Paige won that Royal Rumble. Whether that actually happened or not is another matter. Right. Who won the Women's Royal Rumble? Bayley won the Rumble. Okay. And who won the men's? Big E won the men's. Yo, if that's a thing this year for the Rumble, that would be crazy. Those two deserving to win the Rumble match this year, I think. Right, where is Paige? Okay, Paige, you're still fighting Billie Kay. Paige now loses to Carmella. This is not good. Oh, Paige, you're 28th. Paige. No. Oh. I don't think Paige is going to get a shot at the title, you know. She's not even on that card. She's not on the Elimination Chamber card. So the New Day beat Jackson Ryker and Elias. Ray beat Bray. Sasha beat Sonya. The Miz beat Drew McIntyre. I think he still retains the US title. Ricochet beat Braun. Seth won the Elimination Chamber. It came down to Seth and Roman. That's a pretty good ending. Charlotte beat Asuka in a championship match. So that makes Charlotte the new champion? She does. That was a long title reign for Asuka. Seth's won the Universal Championship back. You're still fighting Billie Kay. How are you still fighting Billie Kay? Okay, Paige and Natalya. Paige, do you win? Okay, you beat Natalya. Okay, good. So Bayley beat Sasha. Interesting. Apollo beat Aleister Black. Sonya beat Asuka. So she's really fallen from grace now. Sonya coming up the rankings. Sammy beat Buddy Murphy. Paige beat Natalya. Cesaro and Shinsuke beat the Street Profits. Dolph beat Chad. Roman and Jay beat Seth and Kevin. And Charlotte Flair beat Ruby Riott. Okay. You lose to Natalya. Okay, that's not a big problem, I don't think. Lars comes out of hiding. Don't know where Lars has been, but he's come out of nowhere. Paige and Natalya again. Okay, do you win? Okay, it's now a rivalry. Okay. I could probably live with that. Daniel and Ray. Sasha beat Sonya. Paige beat Natalya. But that match didn't actually happen. Chad and Otis beat Dolph and Robert. Bayley beat Billie Kay. Big E beat Aleister Black. Kevin beat Seth in a promo. And Charlotte beat Asuka again in that rivalry matchup. We're now going into Fastlane. So we have a Universal title match between Seth and Jay. That's a big match. Grand Metalik and Lince Dorado go up against The Hurt Business. Sasha Banks goes up against Carmella. Brittany Murphy and Sami Zayn go one-on-one. We have a six-man tag going on there. Charlotte and Ruby. Big E and Aleister Black. She's not even on the card. Okay, so Seth retains against Jay. Grand Metalik retain, I think, against The Hurt Business. Sasha still beats Carmella. Sammy beats Buddy. Cesaro loses for his team against Dolph Ziggler and his team. Charlotte beat Ruby. Aleister Black beat Big E. Drew lost to The Miz. AJ beat Ray. Oh, man. Okay, so Paige beats Natalya. The rivalry seems to have disappeared for whatever reason. Don't know why that's happened. We move forward. And now you're facing off against Tamina. And she wins. Okay, it's looking more promising now for Paige. Yeah, okay, right. Again against Natalya. And she wins. Power rankings, she is 16th. Oh! She's number 2 though. Just give her a title shot. Just give her a title shot at WrestleMania. Just give her a title shot at WrestleMania. Please. Please. She's got a load of matches won now. The go home show. Before WrestleMania. Is she on the card? She is on the card against Carmella. What do we have? Cesaro beats Angelo Dawkins. Bayley beat Tamina. Sonya beat Natalya. Paige beat Carmella. Billie Kay beat Sasha. That's a big win. Charlotte Flair beat Asuka. And Big E won in a promo. Please have a title shot match. So, on the WrestleMania card, The Miz and Drew McIntyre for the United States Championship. AJ goes off against Titus O'Neil in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Lana and Peyton Royce. I don't know why Rusev, you're there. I don't know why Billie Kay's with Peyton Royce. We'll worry about that later. The Hurt Business goes up against Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik with Kalisto back in their corner. Sami Zayn and Buddy Murphy compete for the Intercontinental title. Chad Gable and Otis go against the Dirty Dogs. Cesaro and Shinsuke go up against Angelo and Montez. Kevin Owens goes up against Rey Mysterio. Jackson Ryker and Elias go up against the New Day. Bray goes up against Braun in a WrestleMania match. Asuka goes up against Charlotte. Big E goes up against Seth. Oh, look at that. Look at it. She's there. She is in the title match. I did not do that. She's in the title picture. Sasha, Bayley, Paige. Imagine if she wins this match. She has worked so hard. 12 months we have waited for this moment. We thought we could maybe get her to be a multi-time women's champion. That didn't happen. We thought maybe we could be a Grand Slam champion. That didn't happen. She has slaved and worked all the way, full time, for 12 months, finally getting rewarded with a title shot. This could be huge. If Paige wins this match, she could drop the title. Maybe we could see, maybe her contract could be extended until she loses that title. Either way, Sasha Banks has had an unbelievable year. The best title run that she's ever had. I must say under my universe. So, here we go. The last calendar day in year one of this universe. The Miz beats Drew McIntyre and is still the United States Champion. AJ beat Titus. Lana beat Peyton. When I do this next time, I'm going to make sure that none of this, I don't know what you call it, like manager shit doesn't happen again. Cedric and Shelton lose against Lince and Gran. Probably not going to go down well with MVP. Sami Zayn retains against Buddy Murphy. Chad and Otis beat Dolph and Robert. Cesaro and Shinsuke beat Angelo and Montez. Ray beat Kevin. Jackson and Elias beat the New Day. Bray Wyatt beat Braun Strowman. Asuka beat Charlotte Flair. Big E is your new Universal Champion at WrestleMania. Imagine if that happens. Now, this is it. When I press RB, we're going to find out if Sasha Banks' title reign is over. If it is over, who's it by? We're going to see if Paige wins the match. But if Sasha Banks retains, she's had the golden year. So, in the last day of this universe year, the final Paige has arrived. Is Paige going to beat Bayley and Sasha? Yes! Oh my god! Yes! She's done it! Paige has ended Sasha Banks' reign and is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. That title now can go on Paige's achievement list. She has become the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. What a year. I did not think that would ever happen. Look at the news to confirm it. There it is. Paige has won the SmackDown Women's Championship on the last day of her Universe run. Big E has won the Universal Championship. And that's just amazing. Please, if you're watching WWE, make that happen. Asuka defeated Charlotte Flair in their big match. So, that's it. This is episode 1 of a string of episodes that I'm going to do for more superstars that I think should have one more full-time run. Nowadays, the part-time runs seem to be the in thing, especially with superstars that are going past their prime, and I can understand that. And I think if Paige was to ever come back, she'll probably be under a part-time thing again, similar to Edge, I'd say. But that has proven that if Paige was to come back for one more run, by the end of that run she would be SmackDown Live's Women's Champion. She has earned that. She has spent 12 months grinding, going from the 10th place on that women's rank up to the champion. Unbelievable. It is at this point, therefore, that I'm going to end this episode here. But let me know down in the comments below who you'd want to see go at it next. I did have Kurt Angle in mind next, but if you have another superstar in mind that I could put into this, then let me know down in the comments below. So thanks to those who have watched this episode. If you like this kind of thing and you want to see more of this, then hit that like button down below. Thank you again to Chris Denker for the inspiration of this video. I'll put his link in the description. Let's try and get him to at least 1.5 million by the end of the year, maybe even 2. And yeah, I'll see you next time.